How is he still standing after everything they did to him? After all of it, how is he still drawing breath? Because they never understood what they were up against. They believed pain would finish him. They believed suffering would put him in the ground. But he isn't like the rest. He took every wound, every scar, every betrayal, and turned it into protection. He didn't just outlive what tried to erase him. He rose above it. He became stronger than it. And now they have to face what they helped create. Let that land. Let it brand itself into your mind the way it branded mine. Everything that was meant to end me, every knife they shoved into my back, every lie they murmured behind my smile, every night they left me bleeding in the dark, no hand to reach for, no voice to soothe me. It all failed. It all came up short, because I'm still here. And I'm not the same. I remember when they first came for me. I remember the grin on their faces as they pulled me apart. They thought it was a game. They thought I was entertainment, something to break for fun, something to crush under their boots and forget by morning. They didn't see me as a danger. They saw me as fragile, soft, replaceable. They believed they could strip everything from me, and I'd simply disappear. They were wrong. They had no idea what they were building. Every time they knocked me down, they poured the base for something they couldn't even begin to understand. Every scar they carved into my skin became a lesson. Every tear they forced from my eyes became fuel. They thought they were ruining me, but they were forging me, shaping me, hardening me into something tougher, colder, more dangerous than they ever imagined. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because what tried to destroy me helped make me. You want to know what real strength looks like? It's not the ones who never fell. It's not the ones who had it easy, who moved through life untouched. Real strength is crawling through dirt with broken bones. Real strength is standing back up when your body begs you to stay down. Real strength is standing into the darkness that tried to swallow you whole and saying, "You failed, and now you belong to me." They thought pain would break me. They thought if they pushed hard enough, got deep enough, I would split into 1,000,000 pieces and scatter to the wind. But pain doesn't shatter me. Pain trains me. Pain reveals what I'm made of. And every time it hit, every time it ripped through my chest and clawed at my soul, I learned something they never could. I can endure more than they could ever deliver. I've been beaten. I've been betrayed. I've been left alone in the coldest hours of the night, with nothing but the sound of my own heartbeat to keep me company. I've felt the weight of the world crushing my shoulders, pressing me into the ground, daring me to quit. And I didn't. Not once. Not ever. Because quitting was never on the table for me. Surrender isn't written in my blood. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me because I refused to let it win. They wanted me to beg. They wanted to see me on my knees, crying for mercy, pleading for them to stop. They wanted to watch me collapse, to see the light drain from my eyes, to witness the moment I finally broke. But I never gave them that pleasure. No matter how much it hurt, no matter how deep the wounds went, I kept my head up. I kept my eyes forward. I kept moving. Because the moment you stop moving is the moment they win. And I will never let them win. You think you know suffering. You think you've seen how far a human can be pushed.
You haven't seen anything until you've walked through the fire I've walked through. Until you felt flames licking your skin, burning away everything you thought you were, leaving nothing but the raw, unfiltered truth of who you really are. I walked through that fire. I let it consume me. And I came out the other side, not as ash, but as something unbreakable. They wanted to destroy me, but all they did was burn away my weakness. I used to be gentle. I used to believe in mercy, in second chances, in the goodness in people. I used to think that if I loved hard enough, if I gave enough of myself, they'd see my value and return the kindness I showed them. But that was before they taught me what the world really is, before they proved that kindness can be a weapon people use against you, before they tore out every soft part of my soul and stomped on it like it meant nothing. Now there's nothing tender left in me. Now there is only steel, cold, solid, unyielding steel, sharpened by their cruelty. They wanted to see me weak. Instead, they created something they will never control, something they will never break again. They took the boy who believed in love and turned him into a man who believes in nothing but his own power. And that power, that strength, is everything they should have been afraid of. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because I let go of everything that made me vulnerable. You want to know the secret? You want to know how I did it? How I turned every wound into armor, every betrayal into fuel? It's simple. I stopped caring. I stopped caring about their opinions, their judgments, their pathetic attempts to define me.
I stopped caring about being accepted, about fitting in, about being loved by people who were never capable of loving anyone but themselves. I dropped the need for their approval, and when I did, I found something far more valuable. I found myself. The version of me that needed them is gone. I ended him. I buried him in the same grave they dug for me, and I climbed out of that grave as something else entirely.
Something darker, something stronger, something that doesn't flinch, doesn't hesitate, doesn't offer mercy to those who offered none to me. They wanted a monster. They got one. And now they have to live with what they've done. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because I became the very thing they feared. They look at me now and they don't recognize me. The same eyes that once held hope, trust, love, now hold only cold calculation. The same hands that once reached out for help now reach out only to take what's mine. The same heart that once bled for them has hardened into something they can't pierce. I am not the person they tried to break. That person is gone. What stands here now is something they can't understand, something they can't stop. Every scar on my body tells a story. Survival, defiance, a man pushed to the edge who refused to fall. They thought those scars would prove their power over me. Instead, they prove my power over them. Because I'm still here, and they're nothing but memories, ghosts of a past I've already conquered. I've walked through hell, not the hell of flames and brimstone, but the hell of human cruelty, the hell of being used, thrown away, forgotten, the hell of watching people you loved turn their backs when you needed them most. I felt despair grab my throat, squeezing, daring me to let go. And I didn't. I fought back. I clawed my way out of that darkness with nothing but bare hands and an unbreakable will. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because I survived what should have killed me. They don't understand what that means. They can't, because they've never been where I've been. They've never felt the ground drop out beneath them while the whole world watches and laughs. They've never known what it's like to be truly alone,
surrounded by people who pretend to care, then vanish the moment it gets hard.
They've never felt the kind of pain that makes you question whether you should keep breathing. But I have, and I'm still here. That's the difference between me and them. That's why I'm stronger. Because I have been tested in ways they can't even imagine. I've been pushed to limits they will never reach. I stared into the abyss, and instead of blinking, I made the abyss look away. They think they know strength. They know nothing. Strength isn't lifting heavy weights or flexing in a mirror. Strength is getting up every single day when every fiber of your being screams to stay down. Strength is moving forward when there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Strength is turning the very pain meant to destroy you into something powerful. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me because I transformed suffering into force. They fed me pain, I turned it into muscle. They fed me betrayal, I turned it into wisdom. They fed me darkness, I turned it into vision. Everything they handed me, I took, and I made it mine. I weaponized their cruelty. I turned their hate into my drive. Every time they thought they were breaking me, they were building me, building something that would one day rise up and eclipse everything they ever were or ever will be. Now I stand here, looking over the battlefield they created, and I feel nothing but gratitude. Not for them, never for them, but for the lessons, for the strength they forced me to grow, for the monster they helped shape. Because without them, without their cruelty, without their betrayal, I would have never discovered what I'm truly capable of. I would have stayed gentle. I would have stayed weak. I would have remained someone they could control. But now I am beyond their control, beyond their reach, beyond anything they could ever hope to understand. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because I took everything they threw at me and used it to build an empire. They thought they were tearing me down. They were laying the groundwork, brick by brick. Every piece of pain, every stone of suffering, every slab of betrayal. I stacked it all until I built something unshakable, a fortress of strength that nothing on this earth can break through.
They gave me the materials. I did the building. And now I sit on a throne they never saw coming, looking down at the ruins of their pathetic attempts to end me. You want to know what's funny? They still don't get it. They still stare at me and wonder how I did it, how I survived, how I thrived. They still think there had to be a trick, a shortcut, a secret weapon. But there wasn't. There was only me, my will, my refusal to let them win. That's all it takes. That's all it ever takes.
The refusal to surrender, the decision to keep going, no matter what. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, because I chose strength when weakness would have been easier. Every day I made a choice. When I woke up in pain, I chose to continue. When despair crushed my chest, I chose to push back. When darkness whispered that giving up would be easier, I chose to fight. And those choices, those daily decisions to be strong when being weak would have been so much simpler. That's what built me. That's what made me who I am. Not some gift I was born with, not some blessing from above, just choice after choice after choice to never surrender.
They don't have that. They never did. They've never been pushed to the point where quitting looks like the only option. They've never known what it's like to have nothing left but your own willpower, and somehow have that be enough. That's why they'll never understand me. That's why they'll never defeat me. Because they don't have what I have, the forged strength of someone who was shattered and rebuilt themselves stronger. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, and I will never apologize for it. Let them fear me. Let them whisper my name in the shadows. Let them regret every moment they thought they could break me. Because this strength I carry, this power running through my veins, this unshakable force I've become,
It's permanent. It's not fading. It's only growing. Every day I wake up stronger than the day before. Every challenge I face adds to my power. Every enemy that rises against me falls harder when I put them down. They had their chance. They had every opportunity to leave me alone, to show mercy, to treat me with the basic dignity every human deserves. But they didn't. They chose cruelty. They chose betrayal. They chose to try to destroy me. And now they live with the consequences. They get to watch me rise higher than they ever believed possible. They get to witness the person they tried to bury, standing on top of the world, looking down at them with eyes that hold no forgiveness.
I am stronger than what tried to destroy me. I am proof that pain can be turned into power. I am evidence that suffering can be transformed into strength. I am the result of what happens when you push someone too far, when you overestimate the fire in their soul, when you mistake their silence for surrender. They wanted to destroy me. They failed. And now I am everything they feared I would become. I am the monster they created, the storm they arms stop, the force they can never control. I am stronger than their hatred, stronger than their cruelty, stronger than everything they ever threw at me. I am stronger than what tried to destroy me, and I'm only just beginning.